Welcome to MMA Fancast. My name is Luke Pace, and welcome back to everyone who are already a subscriber to the channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe so you can see more great interviews, including the one coming at you right now. Returning guest on the show, Kam Smith. Kam, welcome to the show.
Glad to be back, man.
Always good to have you on. You've got a big fight coming up
Always.
for 247 Fighting Championships Brawl in the Berg, and you are fighting on the earlier
Noon
day
card.
card, the 21.5 card. Very excited to have you on. Before we jump to that, what's been going on with you since your last fight? I know you fought for 247 a couple times, but I'm just curious if you've been staying busy training or fighting elsewhere. And then of course we'll get to this fight.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've been staying busy. Since my last fight with you guys, I believe was in September. That was when you guys were in Cincinnati. So
Yep.
that was a great night for us. But right after that, man, we wanted to get right back in there, and we had a fight in November with Colby Potts up in Erie, and that ended up being a draw. So after Christmas, after the holidays, we got right back to work. Wanted to get back in the cage, and as soon as we were able to get in, was my last one in Mansfield, which was April, I believe, and that was a good win for us as well. But we just been trying to stay active, staying in the gym constantly, and trying to get in the cage as much as possible, doing jiu-jitsu competitions. Anywhere we can get competition, that's where we're looking to go.
Well, that is great backstory. I'm glad I asked about what you've been doing since you've been in the cage, because not
Yeah.
only is it your mindset to always stay active and busy and training, but obviously that's the motivation for taking this fight. So before we talk, which makes a lot of sense, this was a draw you guys had in November up in Erie,
Yes, sir.
Bayfront Brawl. They always do a card right at Thanksgiving. So walk us through that fight a little bit. How would you score it round by round to the to the best of your ability, of course?
Yeah, I mean, with just going based off each round, round one, what the judges could score. Colby shot for a takedown right away, and he got it. Then he spent the rest of the time in my guard, and that was about the only thing that happened in round one, really. So the judges scored based off pretty much all that happened in that round, which was a takedown by Colby. So he got round one. Round two, I think there was illegal strikes to the back of the head, and so Colby got points taken away for that. But I mean, he landed a really good shot that round. But I feel like after I took those shots on the ground, and the fight got restarted, I kind of lit, put some motivation back in me, some fire back in me, and I believe I took over after that. End of the second round, he ended up with back control. So to how the judges had it, because he ended with back control, we end up tying that round. So third round came in, and these are only 2-minute rounds. So I'm not a big fan of the 2-minute rounds. I prefer the 3-minute rounds, more time. And then, your conditioning really takes an effect. So, but third round, I believe that was my best round. We were very proud of that result. We just feel like we ran out of time. So, but based off what the judges had, for each round, obviously we don't want that decision. We feel no. 1 second. All right, you see me?
Yep, I can
My
see you.
bad. In my
Yep,
car, so
all good, all good.
just got back home. But we never wanted to go to the judges because you never know what they're going to say. We wanted to try to finish it inside the 3 rounds, so we weren't able to do that. And based off what the judges could see, that's how the result went. So
Gotcha. Well, thanks for giving me a round by round, and that certainly makes a
hold
lot
up.
of sense. So, what motivates you to do the rematch? Obviously, congrats on your fight that you had. I think you said in April that you won. So, what makes you think that this is a good time to rematch with him and, obviously see, oh, I see that he had a fight and a win after you as well. So it looks like you guys both got wins after each other. So what makes this a good time, and what makes you look forward to fighting him a second time?
Yeah, so I mean, after our last fight, we talked. We both knew we had to run it back. Um, we didn't think we would end up getting this rematch this soon, but we both are coming off two big wins. Both had one fight since we've last fought each other. We both won, and we both got momentum going into this fight, which hypes it up even more. So we're definitely looking for a great fight. We were both excited to take this rematch. Uh, like I said, we weren't planning on it happening this soon, but we're glad it's worked out this way. So it just feels like it's the right time.
That's fantastic. It's good that you talked to Colby afterwards as well, because as fighters, you have a very unique connection, having fought each other. And I think a draw is going to be unsatisfactory feeling for both parties. So
Yep.
I actually give, as strange as it might sound, I actually give the judges credit. You said, that judges based on what they saw, the
Yep.
short rounds and all that. I think in general, there are times where a draw, while nobody likes to get it, sometimes I think judges are forced to make decisions that aren't great because they feel like somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. The way the scoring is, it's a 10-9 must and all
100%.
that stuff. So in general, I actually think a draw can sometimes be um, a better outcome depending on the fight, of course. So sometimes I know Joe Rogan has taken that stance that sometimes in the UFC, big things happen because judges sometimes, they might need to change the way that is. But for you, what's your prediction for June 29th, since it is a rematch? Or if you're not going to give a prediction, what do you think is the reason why people should be excited about this fight?
Well, I mean, first off, all respect to Colby. He's a great guy, great fighter. So we're both looking forward to this rematch. So much respect to him and his team. But as far as what people can look forward to, they can be looking forward for a my bad, phone fell. They can expect these hands to be thrown, man. We're gonna stand in the middle of this cage and we're gonna throw down. So I know Kobe wants to throw hands, and that's what's gonna happen. We both grapple, we both do jujitsu, but if you saw how our last fight ended, that third round, I mean, it was all strikes standing up. So I think that's how it's gonna start. Uh, I think that's both how we both want it to go. So we want to put on a great show for everybody and make the fight exciting. So
Well, that's a great mindset to have. I know you come from the karate stand-up background, so striking makes perfect sense. Also, great to hear that you've been working on the jiu-jitsu tournaments to work on that side of your game. And I know you had just gotten a win by rear naked choke. So obviously, it's all coming together. I can't wait to see you. I've seen you fight before. I think Colby's new to the promotion, so super excited that 247 can host the rematch for you guys. Sounds like an all around exciting thing. Obviously, for people that may
it's
not
gonna be
know,
a great night.
it's going to be a great night. 247 is doing a double header. 21.5, which is what you're on, is the noon card, and then there's the evening card, which is Bronlenberg 22. Always spectacular having you back on the show. A delayed congratulations for your most recent win, and I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to see you
Thank you.
back in the cage. Absolutely, Cam. Always great to have you on. You've been listening to
Always a pleasure.
Luke Payson with MMA Fancast, and my special guest. Can't wait to see him back in the cage. Kam Smith, thanks so much.
Thanks, man.
You got it, brother. Best skills.